problem with tier lists is Wuthering waves. Now, I haven't even made my own tier list yet, but I'm very curious to see what Aruzian has to say. Aruzian's the homie, bro, making such, bro, honestly, like these thumbnails are bomb, like so sick. I think I might understand what he's coming from here, but let's just see what he's saying.
It's almost here, and there's been multiple debates and topics on a lot of things around the community. Okay. But there's been one interesting controversial debate in the community as of recent, and that is tier list in the game and what characters you should prioritize getting or who is the best in.
It's too soon. It's way too soon to tell until the game actually comes out, because you can't go by CBT2 information because all that could change. Everyone is just speculating, theorizing. Everyone is dreaming right now. No one has accurate answers to this. Like, that's why I'm like, maybe I should hold off on the community, on my own tier list until the game comes out and then do the tier list, because it'll be more accurate, you know? But let's continue.
Game. But I have a slight issue with this drama, and I'm here to discuss my concerns, and hopefully you guys be able to be careful about any tier list that has currently been made before the game release. Now, before this video starts, I do want to say I am no hardcore gamer, and I barely know much of what.
Okay, so you basically have skill issue just like me.
Gonna waste myself. Everything I would say in this video is more like
I'm playing for fun and challenge. I will take on the challenge, but I might have skill issue along the way, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not a sweaty gamer either.
Obvious when you're looking at tier lists in the game and other different perspectives of them, and just don't take characters at base kit, because they could sound good on paper, but when you try them in game, it can be a completely different story.
That's actually true.
There's this one Reddit post that has gotten a pretty popular among the platforms, and other content creators making videos on it as well. And it's this priority tier list that was made.
I think I saw this one actually recently.
Video as well. This tier list was made for free-to-play players, and the author of this post made sure to say that the reader reading this understood that this is a personal take and his opinion on the tier list. Okay, cool. I do see where the author is trying to come from this tier list. However, I do have to disagree with some of the takes and how this tier list is structured.
Okay, let's hear it.
The post, and I got my reasons. Sure, you may have seen 1010 video about
yes, which I have reacted to this, but I haven't posted. But yes, I have reacted to this. Pretty good.
It's mixed, but
pretty good video.
Reminder, both of them have yet to fully dive into the depth of how each character at the moment benefit to in-game content right now for Wuthering.
Very true, very true.
Throughout his whole entire video, only described more in depth and detail about how big of a difference Jazine is. And the Redditor only describes so little of what made Jazine a perfect character to prioritize, and only mentions their kit instead of things like in-game content and such, which any character on paper could
like I said, I think I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, because I'm hearing everyone say it different. I call her Jian Shin. Let me know in the comments below if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but Jian Shin is a solo character right now. Like in CBT2, I could not put her on a team. It felt very awkward having her in there. She just felt like a solo character. Like you just use her for one boss. That's it, right? She's very awkward to have on a team, if I could be honest with you, which I hope that they do buff her or they do something different with her kit to make her more valuable on a team. But let's continue.
Of course, until you try them in game. Now, to be fair, 1010 also only described why theory crafting doesn't work in the game. And with the game not being out just yet, it is not his fault that he can't really do a proper discussion on which characters are valuable and worth going for when it comes to certain situations.
100%.
I think everybody should try to start basing their tier list off of these things here, and this is my personal opinion as well.
Okay, let's hear it.
What is the difference between using this character in the open world and any in-game?
Yes, 100%.
How valuable this character really is to each character in the roster list.
Yes.
With their value.
Good questions to ask. Good questions to raise.
How often can I be able to pull off their kit, and is it fast enough for team rotations, like in the game, like whatever ways? And the list go on, and then we can start to slowly see how it could become an issue even as a free-to-play, or well, if you're not careful at viewing what characters you really want to try to go for in Wuthering ways. Now, if you're a casual player, this
I want to say though, for whales, like you could go for the highest sequence constellation if you want to understand that term, but they're called sequences. You could go for the highest sequence. Yeah, it might help a little bit, but it's not going to help you with a lot of the end game stuff. But really, my goal with whaling and spending money, I just want to be able to obtain every character. I don't really care if I get copies of them. I just want to have every single character so I could try every single team and have a lot of options when it comes to team building as well. So I could understand like what characters work, which one is maybe possibly meta, which one is good for end game or certain situations in the open world. Maybe there's some teams that work really well when you're farming echoes. Maybe there's a team that's good for tower adversity. Maybe there's a better team for holograms. You know, like there's so many things that you could like dive into on this. So let's just continue on with this and see what we got going.
It's not meant for you since the beginning of watching.
Feel
free to play whoever. As long as you don't have an issue with dodging or parrying in the game,
skill issue.
You may just be fine being able to use whoever in the game.
True.
Over meta, that is something I live by.
Yes. So yes, this is true. But this is why I want to have every character so I can have fun with any team I would like to try to achieve with. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel.
I would imagine somebody like her could be a pain to play. I used to main Hu Tao back in Genshin Impact for sure.
No, Donjin is way harder to use than Hu Tao. All the Donjin mains in chat or in the comment section below. Bro, if you're gonna main Donjin, if you've never played this game, you've only watched gameplay of her, bro, be prepared to like really have some serious skill issue. You need to dodge every attack with Donjin. She does do a lot of damage, yeah, but she loses a lot of HP. So she's basically a one-shot character. Like, you get hit once, you're done. Like, you need to make sure you are on point. Hu Tao, however, she's a lot easier to use because you need to use her with somebody. You need to use her with Xing Shou or your Lan or whatever the case is, or with Zhongli. Zhongli's literally, you know that case, whatever. Way easier to use. Way easier, 20 times easier.
For a 4-star character, she may deal a great amount of damage and amazing damage if so. But what if we take her into in-game content and left her solo, or left her alone solo while exploring the world? Then her gameplay risk value increases. Without a sustainer or somebody that could shield her probably, or even a healer or support, of course, she runs the risk of dying too quickly.
Exactly.
Not good enough with dodging or parrying.
That's exactly what I was saying.
This into account, you're not ready to solo Wuthering Waves with just one character.
Dude, it's so hard.
And then somebody like Dan Jin would just be a low value character for you.
Yes.
Because you're not good with dodging or parrying in the game.
And then people are gonna realize that they actually have skill issue. It's gonna be funny, bro. Like, this game is gonna literally open the eyes of like actual players. Like, damn, am I actually am I good? No, I suck at this game. I'm not that good. Like, I need to like really learn boss mechanics. I need to learn the mechanics of but why do I keep dying? Oh, I actually suck at video games. Oh my God. I've been playing a game this whole time that's been spoiling me. Man, I should actually try to use my brain and learn how to play the game. It's crazy.
We have no issues with dodging nor parrying in the game.
Oh my God.
Somebody like her will be a great and amazing unit just for you. But just a reminder,
I agree with that.
Like Dan Jin could be high in tier. She may struggle in in-game content like the tower in Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, she does.
Other problem, like I mentioned earlier in this video, they didn't include how valuable each and every character is to a team.
Very true.
Now you're looking at this tier list and okay, I don't know.
Yeah, so like it should honestly be two separate tier lists. It should be the tier list of teams and remember this, you could go so deep on this, like it's crazy. You could do the tier list of solo characters, right? So let's say you're trying to just solo content. You could do a tier list for only soloing with a character, or team building, or maybe duoing too, like just two characters on the team. Like it just goes too deep. You know, there's so much variety you can do.
Or it's S tier, right? And then we take Yilin, who is also S tier. So since two of those are your favorite characters,
freaking love
you
Yilin.
them on the team together. But because the author didn't go over fully on what character this goes with certain team compositions or team comp, you run the risk of realizing that maybe Encore doesn't get her full potential from Yilin, but could get that full potential for somebody else.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I was just saying that as an example. I don't know entirely if those two could go together entirely. And only
I mean, most likely, right now, it almost feels like same element on the team benefit from each other. That's what it felt like when I was doing CBT2. Like when I was doing a whole Glacio team, Electro team, it felt like that. Like it felt like if you have the same element on the team, it felt like you would receive more benefit in damage. But who knows, right? Like we still can't really answer that yet, like fully, because we haven't gotten to that point where, like you said, we haven't gotten to the end game stuff and like actually really maxed out a character. You know, we haven't gotten to that point yet, so we can't really answer that yet.
Till after the game release, of course.
Yeah.
Lastly, the game will more than likely be changing a lot of characters' kit. Maybe it won't be a huge of a change, but for the time being, trying to rely on a tier list at the moment this early is kind of a huge problem. If a character do get a major rework or a character that worked differently from how they once did back in the beta test, this can be a problem if you're a meta player that is trying to go for—
You know what I just thought about too? Like, you know what's crazy to think about? Like, think about all the 4-star characters that we have in Wuthering Waves. Like, like, just, I'm thinking the future, right? Like, you know, we're looking forward to all the limited characters, the 5-star characters. You know, we got Gion, we got Yinlin, and then maybe the future ones that are 5 stars too. But dude, like, it's crazy to think about that. Like, we could actually look forward to both of them. We could look forward to the 4-star characters because they might be like insanely good. And then we could look forward to even limited star characters. Like, we could look forward to both. Like, that is just crazy to say because honestly, like, I don't remember the last time I looked forward to a 4-star character. I don't remember, me personally, I don't remember the last time I was like, yeah, I want that 4-star. Like, I don't remember. I cannot tell you the last time I remember that.
Best character in the game once the game has released. Now, am I saying tier list shouldn't exist in Wuthering Waves? No, if that's how you imagine what I was talking about throughout this whole entire video.
No.
I started saying multiple ways we could start basing characters in for their value in WUWA, then I don't know what to tell you. But what I am saying, in short, the game isn't out just yet, so don't try to take every tier list that you see seriously.
100%. I agree with that. That's why I've been wanting to do a tier list, but I haven't done one yet because of that reason. Because it just doesn't feel like accurate information to like really go based off of.
Informal, but take a lot of it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Don't try to rely on characters that sound good on paper, but when it comes to team building, that it suddenly becomes an issue. Sadly enough, this game
100%.
isn't like Genshin, so you will need to be more careful about how you go about choosing what characters you do want
Very
to play
true.
and what teams you're building, especially for in-game content. As some characters, depending on what you're doing, may not entirely be as valuable as they are in other parts of content for Wuthering Waves.
Very true.
That summarize just about everything. If you are a free-to-play and you're just a casual gamer who don't care about any of this, and you're probably going to choose whoever that seems the coolest to you or seems the most interesting to you, then like I said earlier in this video,
God, people are gonna have so much skill issue, and this game is gonna be so funny.
Meant for you, and you have no worries at all. Long as
like I already see it. Like people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this game is too hard, bro. I can't play this game. Where's my shield, man? Where's my Zhongli shield?"
So you're dodging and parrying.
It's gonna be so funny, bro.
Fine when the game release, who knows?
No,
but if you guys have,
you need to tighten up, boy. You need to tighten up. Okay. You need to tighten up. Get that skill issue on point, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
With any of my tastes, feel free to just let me know down in the comment. Shoot, even dislike the video if you did make.
Bro, this video is so good.
I'm all ears and willing to listen. Now, of course, like I said earlier, I'm no hardcore gamer myself. I barely know much about Wuthering Waves at the moment, but I do feel like it should be obvious that if you're trying to take the game serious, that you need to look at everything in other perspectives, especially when it comes to tier
100%. I agree with that.
Yapping. If you guys did enjoy this video,
I love the yapping, dude. 100%, bro. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about Aruzian's video? Actually, this is a very important topic. There is a lot of tier lists out there for Wuthering Waves without the game being out yet. Like, and there's people making tier lists that probably didn't even test the game out yet. So like, how can you go by that information right now? Because no one really knows if this information is 100% accurate. We're just going by speculation and theorizing, right? So I really think, I was thinking about doing a tier list before, but now I want to wait until the game is actually officially out so I could actually test every single character and test all the characters in a team and see what's really good, what works best, or maybe they all work equally. Who knows? Like, we don't know any of this stuff yet, so we still have to discover a lot of things about Wuthering Waves. Even for myself, even though I've tested a game twice in CBT1 and CBT2, there's still a lot of things I have to discover. So I would really appreciate it, guys, if you guys, I'm gonna be leaving the link in the description below to the original video. Aruzian is a really cool dude. We've connected a couple times. You know, we talk over Twitter and all that. He's such a cool dude. Like, please, like, if you're in here watching this video, I would highly suggest going and subscribing, show some support, show some love. His thumbnails are freaking dope as hell. So, I mean, I would really appreciate that a ton. And let's get this conversation going. What do you think about tier lists? Do you think that they're actually accurate right now, even though the game is not out? And I mean, there's still a lot of things that we need to discover, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys soon.